Hi, this is Tim Unkert here, and welcome to my video on creating a theme in Jekyll. This is going to be my first time doing this. This is raw website design, but I think I know what I'm going to do. All right, so I have Visual Studio Code open. You can open the text editor of your choice. I like Visual Studio Code, Atom, and brackets. I especially like that we have this terminal here. Okay, so we're gonna see what directory we're in first. Okay, so I want to change to that directory and then my desktop. Okay, and then okay, so in here I'm going to create a new Jekyll website. I'm gonna type in Jekyll new Unkert math, and that's going to be my folder. And it's going to go ahead and create the files. So you see it's running the bundle install. Okay, and I want to change into Unkert math as I work on this. Okay, and now I'm going to open a folder, and we're going to go down here and open Unkert math. Okay, I want that terminal still open. Okay, and to serve this up, I'm going to type in Jekyll serve. Okay, and it's going to run that. And this was, okay, so then I'm going to go to localhost 4000. I just checked that out previously. Okay, so it has this post, welcome to Jekyll. It has an about page, and that's what we have to work with, but I want to change this, and I want to change the post. I want to make this look a little bit different. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to have to create a new folder, and it's going to be called _layouts. And then within there, I'm going to create a new file called post.html. We're going to leave a little space where we can put in some front matter, and then we're going to have just the content in there. Okay, and let's take a look at what this looks like now. Okay, so this is the content without any styling. Okay, this is something we need to do. Now, now you notice it goes all the way across the page, and if I go back, and it won't go in there because actually, okay, yeah, we're back to the home page. Okay, so the home page is this. It's kind of in this container, and I like my stuff in a container. I want it a little bit wider than this. So up here, I'm going to create a style tag, and within that style tag, I'm going to create a container class, and I'm going to say the max width with that has to be 1100 pixels, and the margin should be automatically sized. Now, if I go back to here, go to this post, guess what? Still the same thing. So what I need to do is I'm going to, and I'm using Emmet on this, so I'm just going to type in dot container and hit, spell that right, hit tab. That's going to give me a div class, and then I'm going to take this and put it into here. Okay, and space that, and then hit Control Save. Now let's see what happens with that. Okay, so now it brings in the post into something that looks a little bit better. I don't like the font, so let's tackle the font. So we're going to go to Google Fonts and click on there, and I'm going to import a font, and I want to import Open Sans. I like that one. I want to hit that, and I'm going to import it into my style. So I'm going to copy this code into here, and within my style tag, I'm just going to go down here and paste that, and now I'm going to start to style a few things. So I want all my stuff to have this. So I'm going to say my links, that's A, my paragraphs P, my ULLI, that's unordered list, OLLI, ordered lists, my header 1, my header 2, my header 3, my header 4, my header 5, and my header 6 are all going to have this. And we want to go down here. I want to get that out of the way. I don't know how to get, okay, that thing was in my way. All right, so we're going to go down and copy this font family here into here and hit Control and save. Now let's redo that, and nothing is happening. Why? Do something wrong. Open sans. I did do something wrong. I copied this within the container, so I want to hit Control X, get that out of there. You notice this bracket is closing out this bracket, so I want to bring that down, hit Control V, and then save it. Okay, now it should change. Okay, so now the font has changed. It looks a little bit nicer. I like to make the font, the paragraphs and the links, let's make that a little bit, and the lists. I'm not going to mess with the headings. Let's make that font size just slightly larger for old man eyes. And okay, so now we've got a larger font, more visible. Okay, so that's looking pretty cool. The one thing though, I think I want to have a main part and a sidebar to this. Okay, and we're also going to want a mobile menu. I'm going to tackle that in a moment. So I want a place, I'm going to call this my main tag, and within my main tag, that's where I want my content. Okay, and I'm going to hit Control X and then tab this over and Control V. Okay, all right, so yeah, it doesn't change anything yet, and we also want an aside, and within my aside I'm going to have an H3 header. I'm going to have recent posts. That's going to be up there. Okay, so now if we haven't styled this, so the main is here and the aside is there. Okay, I don't want that. I want the main. I want to float that left, and I want the width of that to be 70% of the page. Okay, the aside, I want to float that to the right, and I want the width, I'm going to give a little bit extra room, 25%. So we're giving 5% kind of in between. Okay, both of these, well, all right, so let's do that now. Okay, so now we're starting to see that coming out. When we're just building this, if we don't have any content, I might want to add something like min height 300 pixels, because sometimes this will mess it up a little bit, and let's just do that there. Okay, so yeah, and that doesn't change it. If we didn't have any content, we might want that. Okay, so the other thing I want to do is I want to do a loop. So I'm going to actually pull up Jekyll here because I want to look at the no, that's not actually Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah, we want to look at the docs, and I want to look down at maybe layouts. So this is going a little bit into themes. But I actually want to do a loop. Directory structure. No. Variables. Maybe. Site posts. But I want it to loop through site posts. All right, I'm going to close this for a moment. Close this one because I've done it. I've done a loop in another one. So let's close that folder. Let me just take a look. What did I do? All right. And I want to open another folder. We're going to open Hiking Adventure Guy and look at the layout. Okay, so I did it on the home page. So oh, okay, I did a 4 and an N4. All right, so I want this. Okay, and I want to close this back out. It's going to be, what do I want though? Post URL and post title, probably. Okay. All right, so let me close this folder. And we'll open the folder. Open Uncart Math. And so I want that down here. I want 4 post insight posts, and then we're going to do just another one, an N4. I think that's the syntax. Okay, and then we're going to do a list item and a link, and we're going to do the post.url and then the post.title here. Okay, we'll see how that works. That might not be quite right with my syntax. Oh, gotta run it again. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, post.title, that's not what I want quite, okay? And that's not going to be quite right. So let's go back to the Jekyll, look at the variables, the post page, paginator, post variables. Okay. I think I need 2 of these. Space. Let's try that. Oh yeah. Try this. Okay. Go back here. Okay, so we have welcome to Jekyll. So we have our recent posts on the side, and it just goes to the same page. So let's add an example post just so we can see that this is working. Okay, so when we add a post, we do the date, so it's 2019-08-02, and we'll do example post.markdown. Okay, and then got to give this a title. So we got to add some YAML matter. So we'll just say title. Example post. I think that's all we're gonna. Oh, and we might want to do a permalink. And we'll do /example-post.html. Okay, and then we'll just write here a heading. This is an example post, and let's say Control-C. This is example post. Let's see if it does lorem 50. If it's going to do that. No, won't do that for me here. So I'm just going to type a bunch of stuff. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's an example post. Let's see if it comes up. So the example post now comes up. Recent posts, and that's pretty cool. So it's going to come up with the most recent post last, actually. So this will be in order from start to finish. And, you can mess with that a little bit, getting that correctly. But we're starting to build our theme. But we want to make it look a little bit nicer. So we've got our content. If we go to our example posts, now our example post is not, it doesn't have a theme. So we've got to give that the layout of post. Okay. And now we go. Now it's in that layout. Okay. And then we go back to welcome to Jekyll, example post. Okay. So we have a nice little side navigation now. But I want the pages on the top. So I want a navigation system for that. So I'm going to close that out for a moment. Okay. So, and I want that in the container. So I'm going to create a header here. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to steal this from online. I'm going to search W3 schools mobile navigation nav code, something like that. This is the page I want. It's an older one. There's a newer one they created. Maybe this one. Oh yeah, this one was kind of cool. So they're going to have you link in this style sheet. I don't think we need that. Instead of this fa bars here, I'm just going to borrow this code here, and I'm going to paste it in here. And instead of the fa bars, I'm going to just type menu. Now you could mess with the tabbing a bit. Okay, so I've taken that. I want the style. So I don't really need the comments, but I want the style. Okay, and I'm going to take the style and put it in here. Okay, Control Enter. And then I also need the JavaScript. So I'm going to paste that, and I have to paste that in a script tag near the bottom. So I'm just going to do script. I can do that outside of the container. And paste the stuff in. Okay, and hit Control Save. Okay, so now let's see how we're doing. Okay, so we've got this, and we've got a menu that works. So pasted it in. Maybe we want to change. We want to change a few things about the menu. Okay, so if I go up. I don't want the logo, I just want this to be home. And we'll make this about, actually I think it's about.html. Actually, yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to check the page about, and then we probably want a privacy policy. So let's put privacy policy .html, privacy policy. Okay, and then terms of service. Actually, no, I'm going to keep that. Sorry. What am I doing? Okay, and we'll call this terms of service. Okay, now we got those. They won't go anywhere, but refresh. That says home, menu, about, terms of service. I would have to make those pages to make it go anywhere. And now the home is, actually we're just going to go to \index.html. Let's see if that works. If the home, it might not because, oh no, it does. Okay. All right, so then we can go here. We've got that. Now, this home page, it has a different layout. It has a layout of home. We could take in the layout of post, and then it would change that up. Let's do that, okay? So we're going to create a new file. We're going to call it home.html, and give it a layout of post, and we'll see what that does. Okay. Okay. So now this has basically the same layout. So this theme is becoming the same now. Okay. Now let's try about. About, no. Okay, so the one problem with the about page is when they do it, they give the permalink as about slash. So we're just going to give it about.html. This should work now. So let's go to about. Okay, I know what's going on. So within the post, we have to do a backslash, I believe. Let's see if that works. Yeah. Okay, and now the about still has the page, so we want that to be the same too. So if you look, the about layout is a page. Okay, it's a layout of a page. So come up to here, and we want to create a new file. No, not there. I'm going to go to layouts, create a new file, and we're going to call it page.html, and we're going to give it a layout of post. Okay. All right. And okay. And now that's my about page, but it says home. So maybe what we want to do instead for the menu in post, no, that's actually fine. Never mind, because that'll send us home. No, that's fine. Yeah, we want it like that. Okay, so we've got that. We've got a menu. We probably want a footer for everything. So let's go back to our post. Close out these ones, and let's add a footer right here. And within that footer, I'm just going to add a paragraph and something like copyright. We'll say 2019 Timothy Unkert. Okay, and up here we're going to have to style that a bit. So I'm going to go up above the menu, and we're going to do footer. We'll style it. We'll say display is going to be an inline block, and the width is going to be 100%. Okay, and now, yeah, now we have our copyright. Shows up at the bottom. Maybe I want to align the text in the center. Let's do that, and okay. And now the copyright's in the middle of the page. Looks kind of nice. Maybe I want to fix this up a little bit, get rid of that green. So let's go down here. And the icon where it says menu. I don't want the background to be black. Let's do it white. Actually, let's do white smoke. Okay, and then let's do a color of black because we're going to need to see that. So let's see how that changes. Okay, that's kind of cool. The regular top nav, I make the color for that black as well. Okay, that's going to change it. Now I want to get rid of that annoying background. Okay, so I'm going to take this here. I'm going to make it white smoke. So I like white smoke. It's a little different. It's not like the traditional. Okay, so now I hit the menu, and okay, we got to take care of those. The background of those is something else. Hover. is that? Okay. Ah. Okay. Background color here. Okay. So we want this to be white smoke. Okay. That should make it all white smoke. All right. Yeah. There we go. That's pretty sweet. All right. Now that's a pretty sweet looking theme. And maybe one more thing. I want to make a little bit thing below my top nav. Let's border bottom. We're going to make it 2 pixels solid, and we'll do it nearly black. Okay. And all right, and there we go. That is pretty nice. That is a nice theme. I like it. Now, if we go to this home page, yeah, we don't have any content here, and this is where the min height of 300 really helped. But what I want to do is maybe for the home page, I actually do add some content. Actually, I don't have to do it here. I can do it in my index. Yeah. Okay. So I can type some content here. I can add a link. And to add a link, I'm just going to add a link. And what's going to be my link? Let's take a post. Do example. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. Here and so forth. Okay, and all right. So now, when I refresh, okay, layout is home. One more thing I got to do. I got to do my content. Okay, and then, okay, so now it brings in the content. I can add a link. It goes to the example post. I go back home. Here's the link. I've got my theme pretty much built up. It's a nice, basically a white theme with, some different backgrounds. Now, if I want to mess with a few things, let's see. Let's see if is it mobile optimized. That's a good question. No, it's not. So, okay, one thing we have to do is just basically the menu is. Everything except the main and the aside. So let's take care of that. And we're going to go back to the post. And I'm going to go down to the bottom, near the bottom of my style tag here. And we're going to say @media, and we'll do max with 900 pixels. And then we're going to say the main is now going to be, width is going to be 100%. Okay, and the aside, we're going to do the same thing. Okay. All right, and then let's refresh, and now it should work, but it's not. Probably because of that. Okay, let's refresh. There it works. So now the main is just here. If we drag this out, still there, and then boom, at 900 pixels, goes from there to there. Okay, so we can still have the main and the sidebar here. It looks fine, and then when we get to a smaller screen, the sidebar goes to the bottom, which is kind of how you want. And that's pretty much it. You can mess with the theme. You add your want to add your style, right here up top, and then you can build this. And now the cool thing is, if I want to go and change my menu item or something in my footer or whatever, like the date in the footer, I could go, okay, I want it to be now to 2020. Hit Control Save. Bring this back up. Look at the footer. It says 19. Hit refresh. Okay. That's changed it for everything on my site. Okay. Likewise, if I want to add, now these keep in mind these don't work. Let's add a blog page. So blog.html and or whatever you want to call it, whatever your permalink is. Okay, let's do that. Hit refresh. Now I have the blog in there. So that's awesome. It changes throughout the entire site. So I go to example post, it has that. Welcome to Jekyll, has that blog. Okay, so I can basically build a theme in Jekyll without even really changing a theme very, very easily. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that's given you some ideas. Again, this is really my first time doing it. It's pretty intuitive to build a theme in Jekyll. Thanks for bearing along when I had to switch between a few things. And thanks for checking out my videos. If you really like it, give a like, and thanks for watching.